Welcome to Star Citizen and the news for the 20th of August. And this week we have received more extensive news about the medical gameplay, which will find its way into the game in the first stage of expansion already with the upcoming version 3.15. Because with the hospitals on the space stations, Grim Hex, New Babbage and on Horizon, we expect Lorville and Area 18 already all clinics for the Stanton system with the 3.15. Of course, these do not yet have the full range of functions, but we already have the possibility to leave injured crew members there in a kind of emergency room, in the capable hands of the AI doctors. In the first stage of development, this is more a large elevator with a hospital bed. But we can also set our spawn point directly at clinics, and later we can also reserve a room in the known spawn hubs in a kind of lobby. Further, we find first functioning pharmacies and other interaction possibilities in the hospitals. And also the insurance gameplay, where we will need a conclusion of a kind of life insurance, so a deposit of our DNA as a respawn possibility. We'll move with the medical gameplay more and more into the foreground. Here, the various clinics initially differ only in appearance, while the range of functions basically remains the same, so we can respawn everywhere, or let ourselves be healed. However, different locations also offer different procedures for accessing medical facilities. In Grim Hex, for example, we can perform a kind of emergency landing right next to a medical access point, whereas our ship is then left unprotected in space, so we can't land in a hangar in safety. In any case, the medical gameplay even in the first expansion stage will affect our gameplay in almost every area, since a death will no longer be a simple respawn, and without consequences. However, it remains to be seen to what extent the mechanics will mesh and the effects will already be noticeable. Although iCache in the character area, which plays a significant role in the medical gameplay, is also planned with 3.15. The permadeath mechanic, death of a spaceman, can only be fully realized once the necessary mechanics and prerequisites have been implemented in the game. However, this first version of the medical gameplay is groundbreaking for all further mechanics and game elements, as well as a supporting building block of the single-player expansion Squadron 42, as well as of course and also for Theaters of War. And after also dedicated medical tools like the Cure Live medical tool, an attachment for the existing multi-tool, a change of the medical beds of corresponding ships, and some further details will be adapted, it is to be assumed that already the first expansion stage will offer many new gameplay elements, as well as will bring along a completely new way to earn our credits in the verse. And also the second part of the news, the upcoming gold standard for different ships, is indirectly related to the current developments and implementations of mechanics. Because here, two modules, ship and elements are first implemented and brought into a finished state, which is in turn are needed for Squadron 42, which is moving more and more into the development focus. So it remains exciting what we can bring in the area of the Digital CitizenCon in October, add news and outlooks to this experience. But let's move on to the topic of the gold standard, its significance and the ships currently in the works. The first ship to reach this gold standard was the Gladius a few months ago, this ship that will play the main role in the single-player expansion Squadron 42. For this purpose, all components are physically available, accessible through various flaps and openings, and all relevant areas such as the cockpit, the lighting, the material condition, as well as the handling have been brought to an initially final state. And currently the Saber as well as the Retaliator are also on their way to its gold standard. The background is again to be sought in Squadron 42, after these ships will also play an important role in the mission campaign there. And in the case of the Retaliator, this has resulted in more extensive changes. First, the upper and lower lap docking areas have been removed and replaced with a single side docking area as well as a single enlarged elevator. Furthermore, the Retaliator is the first ship to get modularity, which currently includes a cargo and dropship module, which are needed for the Squadron 42 campaign. And of course, for the Saber and Retaliator, the areas, cockpit, physical components, as well as their accessibility and material and handling adjustments are also part of this gold standard. However, especially the modularity area is of interest, after some other ships will also receive this modular design, and we may well get more use out of different ships by the possibility of an active role change. The changes and improvements made so far, especially to the already playable Gladius and the Gold Standard, are well done and give a preview of how much the gameplay and immersion can be increased again by allowing us to interact with the ships and their components in a comprehensible and active way. For the Retaliator, further modules are planned, which will be available at a later date. The first module will be the dropship module, which can only be placed in the front area, and the cargo module, which can be placed in the front and rear area. With the current version 3.14.1, we have already reached the last big patch before version 3.15, where many bugs and imponderables have been removed, as well as the performance has been slightly improved. But of course, we still find bugs. And furthermore, the Free Fly event is currently active, which is a free test possibility of Star Citizen for all interested people until August 27th. A guide for all new players, as well as information about the current referral bonus ship, can be found in the dedicated Free Fly guide. There are also other events, some of which start on Monday 23 August. Among other things, this is a Ship Showdown, which take place at a rather unusual time, since this is usually the case at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo in November. In the Ship Showdown, different ships will compete against each other, where the community can choose their favorite, and the winners of the individual duels always advanced one round. The best placed ship at the end of the showdown are then usually available for purchase at reduced prices, as well as owners of these ships receive a special skin for free, which is unique and, depending on the year, more beautiful or rather hideous. Last year's winners were the Carrack, the Valkyrie, the Cutlass Black and the Eclipse. And my crystal secret ball predicts that this year the winner will come from Crusader. I hope you enjoyed the video and leave me a like and maybe even a subscribe here. With the medical gameplay as well as the gold standards, we come again a step closer to Squadron 42 and also get extensive gameplay and new possibilities in the persistent universe. Remains to be seen, however, the first implementation after some mechanics are essential prerequisite for this. But as always, I'm interested in your opinions on the subject. Are you looking forward to the medical gameplay? Feel free to write me in the comments, in the Discord or the almost daily Twitch live streams. And as always, the most important at the end, a big thank you to all Patreons, channel members and Twitch subscribers. Without you, this would not be possible in this form. You are a huge motivation. Thank you for your support, guys. You definitely rock. And of course, there will be extensive giveaway again this month. How you can participate and what to expect, you can see in the following announcement trailer. And also the Big Toby event with many prizes is running at our streams. Infos you can see in the following trailer too. I say goodbye until next time. See you soon, and as always, see you in the verse.
Hello, stranger.
I was always inclined to make history, but I never really had the time. Spent my life living dangerously, never worried how I'm getting by. I'm out here working, trying to do what I can. I'm out here sweating, dripping blood from my hands, doing what I'm good at, just doing what I'm made for, just doing what I'm good at, just doing what I'm made for. I know my money, money on my mind. Yeah, you bet I'm gonna have a good time. I know my money, money on my mind. Yeah, you bet I'm gonna have a good time. Well, I won't be trouble, trouble comes for me. You was always gonna find me out. I'm gonna keep on walking, taking what I need. Ain't nothing gonna touch me now. I'm out here working,